Hello everyone, my name is Mama Alif Nuruddin Miramli and today our group would like to do some discussion regarding to our topic which is the rules of OSH legal requirements in business management, and the second one is the Occupational Safety and Health Act Malaysia and its silent features. So let's start our discussion by introducing my participant. The first one is Muhammad Nur Iman as our first panelist, and the second panelist is Muhammad Mustaqim, and the third panelist is Muhammad Afizuddin, and the last one is Muhammad Zaim Omar. So the first question that I would like to ask all of you is, what is the rule of OSHA? Can you all tell me and explain further what is the rules of OSHA?
Hello everyone. Uh, I want to explain what the rule of OSHA. Firstly, my name is Muhammad Zai Omar bin Khair Fauzi. Okay, so the rules and what the rules of OSHA. The rules and responsibilities of OSHA professionals vary regionally, but may include evaluating working environments, developing, endorsing, and encouraging measures that might prevent injuries and illness, providing OSHA information to employees, employers, and the public, providing medical examinations, and assessing the success of worker healthy programs.
Okay, thank you, Muhammad Zaim Omar. So now mainly you are explaining the roles of OSHA and your explanation is very detailed. Now let's move on to the next question. I would like to ask regarding to what is OSHA responsibility to employees in terms of compliance in work operation. So anyone can answer the question?
Okay, I'd like to answer that question. Okay, for this question, responsibility to employees in terms of compliance in work operation. First thing first, occupational safety compliance is a standard of meeting all of the required legal standard by Occupational Safety and Health Act of 1993. The legal standards simulate are meant to safeguard and protect the employees in their workplace from any hazard, risk, incidents of facilities. OSHA also responsible to the employees to use safety equipment, personal protective equipment, and other device, and provide procedure or direct by the agency that necessary for their protection. So, employees have their right to report unsafe and unhealthy working condition to the appropriate official. That's my answer for this question.
Okay, thank you, Mama Hafiz, for the answer. So in terms of responsibility of employees in their work environment, so there must have been an emergency management place. So what role the management play in ensuring the long-term viability of an organization?
Okay, I will answer for that question. The role of emergency management is to ensure an organization's long-term variability. Emergency management managers are professionals tasked with assisting communities and organizations in anticipating hazard and evaluating their readiness to take action in the event of a disaster. Prepare for at least one injury and reduce damage to the building, stock, and equipment. Protect the environment and community, and expedite the return to normal operation. That's all.
All right, thank you, Mr. Kim, for your explanation. So let's move on to the next part. So as we know, in occupational safety and health, we have an organization, and under that, there is employees and employers. So I want to ask any of you, what is the occupational and health management system in the organization and employee participant in the occupational safety health management system?
I would like to answer your questions, which is what is OSH management systems? So, Occupational Safety and Health Act (OSHA) was enacted on 25th February 1994 with the intent to ensure safety, health, and welfare of all persons at all places of work. It was promulgated based on the self-regulation concept with the primary responsibility of ensuring safety and health at the workplace lying with those who create the risk and work with the risk. The Act of the Act also provides for a consultative process at the policy level with the establishment of National Council for Occupational Safety and Health. This consultative process extends to where safety and health programs are implemented with both employers and employees representatives as members of Safety and Health Committee. The recommended practices are designed to be used in a wide variety of small and medium-sized business settings. The recommended practices present a step-by-step approach to implementing a safety and health program with around 7 core elements that make up a successful program. The main goals of safety and health programs is to prevent workplace injuries, illnesses, and death, as well as the suffering and financial hardship these events can cause for workers, their families, and employers. The recommended practice use a proactive approach to managing workplace safety and health. Traditional approaches are often reactive, that is, problems are addressed only after a worker is injured or becomes sick, a new standard or regulation is published, or an outside inspection finds a problem that must be fixed. This recommended practice recognizes that finding and fixing hazards before they cause injury or illness is a far more effective approach. The idea to begin with a basic program and simple goal and grow from there. If you focus on achieving goals, monitoring performance, and evaluating outcomes, your workplace can progress along the path to higher levels of safety and health achievement. Employers will find out implementing these recommended practices also bring other benefits. Safety and health programs help businesses prevent workplace injuries and illness, improve compliance with laws and regulations, reduce costs, including significant reduction in workers' compensation premiums, engage workers, enhance their social responsibility goals, and increase productivity and enhance overall business operations. Thank you.
Okay, thank you, Iman, for the answer. So we are done with our first part of discussion. So I will move on to the second part of our discussion, which is involve Occupational Safety and Health Act, mainly in Malaysia and its reaches. So my question for the second part of our discussion is, what is a goal of occupational health and safety?
Alright, I'd like to answer that question. So, for what is a goal of occupational safety and health? Okay, first thing first, the main goal of occupational safety and health is to ensure safety, health, and welfare of employees at work against any workplace hazard and risk activities. Also, in the requirement of the employer to ensure that is an effective system in a place to ensure the employees' participation and a continual equipment in the management of OSHA, which are first, plan project inspection of standard physical and occupational safety facilities, and plan on auditing against the place on the location on the workplace, system and procedure to recruit employment. Second is reporting and preventing any incident that cause injury and damage to the property, and plan some mitigation measure to counter it. Third one is to prepare and maintain a good working environment, which is based on safety and health conduct to prepare equipment and secure facilities to mitigate disaster, facilities and health. Next is to provide the latest information to the employees regarding to any issues in the company, and also provide health and safety training to prevent issue that might happen in the company. Last but not least, to review and improve safety and health and the environment on consistent checking in the workplace. Okay, that's all for my answer.
All right, thank you, Hafiz. So mainly you are explaining about OSH in Malaysia. So here I want to ask any of you, what is Malaysia Occupational Safety and Health Act in our country? Can anyone elaborate on that?
Okay, I would like to answer that question. OSH Act is an act which provides the framework to secure the safety, health, and welfare among all Malaysian workforce, and to protect other against risks to safety or health in connection with the activities of person at work, which this act was gathered on 24th February 1994 and may be cited as the Occupational Safety and Health Act 1994. This app is a practical tools supervise process on exiting safety and health negotiation. The terms of this act are to secure the safety, health, welfare to a person at work against reach to safety or hurt arising out of activities of person at work, or to protect a person at a place of work other than person at work against risk to safety or arising out of activities of person at work, to promote an occupational environment for person at work which is adapt conduct to their piece of physiological and physiological needs. And the last one, to provide the means whereby the associate occupational safety and health legislation may be progressively replaced by a system of regulation and approved industrial code of protection, operating the combination with the provisions of this act designed to maintain or improve the standard of safety and health. That's all.
Okay, thank you, Mustaqim. So mainly we can understand that OSH Act is to protect employees and employers from any disaster or problems at the workplace, and to ensure that they are in a suitable working environment. So for the next question, I would like to ask, what is the policy statement required for safety and health in Malaysia? Tak ada, soalan ni tak ada yang... So for the last question, I would like to ask Muhammad Nur Iman, from your experience and understanding, what are the responsibilities of employers to their employees in industry or in working environment?
In my opinion, employers must provide to their employees with a place to conduct their work and make sure that they have access like keys to access the workplace. For example, Like inside CNC company, they need to give the access to employees to use the machine and other things that they also need to provide them with those equipment and other requirements the employees need to conduct their work. For example, like working with CNC, machine of course company need to provide the employees with like Allen keys or any sort of equipment that can help them to conduct work much easier. Other than that, I think employers must pay their employees salary and benefits that they have agreed before they agree their contract before going to work, like include vacations, take holidays or overtime in terms of other hobbies. They should ensure that actually get their salary on time. Other than that, employer must make sure that their employees' working conditions are in a safe conditions. Make sure the employees been avoided to hazards and risk in the workplace. Employer also need to treat their employees with respect because the employees is the one is working to the employer to the company. Employee also need to ensure their employees are not harassed and or discriminated against by either the employer itself or by the employees around the workplace as well.
Okay, thank you, Iman. So basically, what you have explained is the employers must suffice a good environment for the employees to work and they must understand each other better. Yeah, that is a good detailed explanation from Iman. So we will continue our forum. This question I would like to ask Zaib Umar. The question is, what is the brief on OSHA in Malaysia and its selling features?
Thank you, Alif. What is brief on OSHA? The Occupational Safety and Health Act 1994 provides the legislative framework to promote, stimulate, and encourage high standards of safety and health at work. The Act 514.
Done. So we will continue our discussion here. This question I would like to ask Zaim Umar. The question is, what is the brief on OSHA in Malaysia and its selling features?
Thank you, Alif Nuruddin, for the question. So the brief on OSHA is the Occupational Safety and Health Act 1994 provides the legislative framework to promote, stimulate, and encourage high standards of safety and health at work. The Act 514 contains a clear statement that the responsibility for occupational safety and health at workplace are shared between the employers and the workers since the employers are the ones who provide the working environment which give rise to hazards at work, and the workers are the ones who have to work with these hazards. So, the self-regulatory approach requires the employer to establish effective safety organizations and performance through self-regulation schemes designed to suit the industry or the organization. Therefore, there must be consultation between the employers, workers, and the government to discuss any issues on safety and health at work. And it requires cooperation between the employers and the workers to safeguard and improve the quality of safety and health at workplace. OSHA 1994 defines the general duties of employees, the self-employed, designs, manufacturers, importers, and suppliers of plant of substance. The salient features of the Act include the establishment of the National Council of Occupational Safety and Health, the duty to formulate safety and health policy, the employment of safety and health officer in certain classes of industries, the establishment establishment of safety and health commit at the place of work, and the use of Malaysia occupational safety and health profile. Approve industry codes of practice as evidence of compliance to safety and health provisions. Thank you so much.
So thank you Zaim Omar for the explanation. So at the end note, I think each of you have provided a very detailed explanation and very in-depth explanation about each of the questions that I asked. So thank you for spending your time today to have our discussion. And I hope this discussion can benefit a lot of every of us about OSH Legal Act in Malaysia and its silent features and other important of it towards many workers in Malaysia. Okay, that's all from us. Thank you.